take over the call now. Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Naschaprayesha Badreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim. Reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 7, text number 44 onwards. Kimu Vyavahitapatya Dharagara Dhanadaya Rajyakosha Gajamatya Vrityapta Amataspada. Since the body itself is ultimately meant to become stool or earth, what is the meaning of the paraphernalia related to the body, such as wife, wives, residences, wealth, children, relatives, servants, friends, kings, kingdoms, treasuries, animals, and ministers? They are also temporary. What more can be said about this? 45th verse. Kim etaihi atmanaha tuchai saha dehena nashwarai anarthai arthasankhashai nityananda rasa uddhadeh kimetairatmanastuchai sahadehena nashwarai anarthair arthasankhashair nityananda rasodade. Kim, what is the use? Etaihi, with these things. Atmanaha, for the self, real self. Tuchaihi, which are most insignificant. Saha, with dehena, the body. Nashwarai, perishable. Anarthaihi, unwanted. Arthasankashai, appearing as if needed. Nitya Ananda, of eternal happiness. Rasa, rasa, of the nectar. Uddade, of the ocean. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. All this paraphernalia is very near and dear as long as the body exists. But as soon as the body is destroyed, all things related to the body are also finished. Therefore, actually, one has nothing to do with them. Because of ignorance, one accepts them as valuable. Compared to the ocean of eternal happiness, they are most insignificant. What is the use of such insignificant relationship for the eternal living being? Purport. Krishna consciousness, devotional service to Krishna. Krishna consciousness, devotional service to Krishna is the ocean of eternal bliss. In comparison to this eternal bliss, the so called happiness of society, friendship, and love is simply useless and insignificant. One should therefore not be attached to temporary things. One should take to Krishna consciousness and become eternally happy. Om Ajnanvirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadhantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanmitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pradan Saganadita Shivishakaन्वितांश्च He Krishna Karuna Sindhau Deenabandhau Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Prahlad Maharaj is speaking to his schoolmates, just small children, but he is giving the highest philosophy. After speaking about pure devotional service and how pure devotional service would lead to highest kind of love. When somebody attains prema, love for Krishna, what are the symptoms? Yata grahagrastaiva kvachit dhastaha. He would laugh as if he is haunted by a ghost. Akrandante dhyayanti vandate janam. He meditates sometimes. Sometimes he offers respect to others. Sometimes he would breathe heavily. And he is completely absorbed. Muhuswasam Vektihare Jagatpate Narayane Atmamatir Gata Taptaha Gatatraptaha Hatatraptaha Gatatraptaha means he became totally shameless, without shame. And he would go on chanting loudly what he says. Narayane Atmamatir Narayaneti Atmamatir Narayana, who is Jagatpate, He is the master of the universe. He is my gati. Atmamatir gatat. He goes on loudly saying, Jagatpate Narayana, Jagatpate Narayana, O Narayana, O Lord of the universe, Jagatpate. So in this way, Prahlad Maharaj has spoken about the condition of a devotee who has attained prema, Krishna prema. Hmm. So bhakti is the best method of attaining Krishna. And once you attain Krishna, Krishna prema, then what will happen? All the seeds of the desire, they are all totally burned completely. Hmm. One attains prema. He is completely drowned. He is not bothered about what is happening in this world. And then he concludes this section by saying that how the wise people, adokshajalambam yaha shubhatmanaha sharirina samsrishti chakra shatanam tadbrahma nirvana sukam vidurbudas tato bhajadvam hridaye hridishwaram. So the wise, they conclude that directly come in contact with Krishna, that includes all kinds of happiness. Happiness of this world, happiness of Brahman, realization. Therefore, tato bhajadvam hridaye hridishwaram. You worship Krishna, who is the Lord of heart. In your heart, when you attain Krishna, he gives you so much of pleasure. And that pleasure includes everything. Realization of Brahman, you name it, everything is included in that. Like it is like 2000 rupees note includes all the denominations. So somebody may ask, oh, it may be very difficult. Prahlad Maharaj says, Koti prayaso sarabalaka hare. Hare, hare, koti prayasa, balaka, he balaka, surabalaka. There is no much difficulty in attaining Krishna because he is as a friend, he is there in your heart. Like the ether is present inside you, in the same way Krishna is there in your heart. Swasyatmanas sakyur asesha dehinam samanyata kim vishayopapadanaihi. So what is the use of attaining material enjoyment for humans who are like animals in the quest for enjoyment? So there is no much prayasa in attaining Krishna because Krishna is already there within your heart. It is not that you have to go somewhere else. Situated wherever you are, sitting at the same place. You can attain Krishna because Krishna is already attained. He is there in your heart. Now, after speaking about bhakti in a very elaborate way, then Prahlad Maharaj speaks to the how the boys, his students, his own friends. How does he speak? What does he speak? He speak about jnana. Jnana means knowledge. And what is the meaning of this knowledge? To understand the real nature of this world, to understand your connection with this world. Your knowledge of your connection with Krishna, that is bhakti, and your knowledge of connection with this world, that is jnana. To know that only happiness is in Krishna consciousness, and to know there is no happiness in this world. So after establishing that happiness is only in Krishna consciousness, in bhakti, then Prahlad Maharaj talks about there is no happiness in this world. And that is a subject matter which is going on in the current verse, where he talks about, you think of any pleasure is there or what in this world? Hmm? With wealth, wife, animals, sons, daughters, residence, elephants, treasury, all the luxuries, the economic development, sense enjoyment. And all these things are there in front of you. But you don't know how long you're going to be with them. Hmm. Raya kalatram pasavaha sutadayo griha mahi kunjara kosha bhutayaha sarverthakama kshanabangurayushaha. They're all kshanabangurayushaha. Even though you find that some enjoyment is there, but your ayush is not very long to enjoy them. Mhm. Then he further says, so what to speak of enjoyment in this world? Even enjoyment in Swarga. You go to heavenly planets for enjoyment. Even there, that is also not very recommended by intelligent people. Mhm. Because the planets themselves are perishable. What to speak of you? There may be some superior enjoyment in Swarga, but the moment your pious activities are lost, everything is gone. That is why worship Krishna. Tasmat adrishta shrutad dushanam param. Therefore worship Krishna. Bhaktyo kashesham bhajatatmanave labdhaye labdhaye. So object of, uh, because that only Krishna is the object of attainment. Only Krishna is a person who is going to give us complete satisfaction. Atma, only dear person for all of us is Krishna. In the Brahma Vimohan Leela, Balaram was very much confused for past 1 year. Something strange is happening. Then he saw one day when Krishna, he went along with Krishna and all the cowherd calves and the cowherd boys. Now, actually, all these calves and the cowherd boys are another Krishna's own expansion. Balaram was not knowing this. He saw the cows were grazing on top of Govardhan Hill. And these cows, when they saw the calves which were grazing down the Govardhan Hill, they all came running. Just imagine cows running all the way from top to bottom of the hill. Running up the hill is not a problem, but running down the hill is very dangerous. They did not bother about the stones, nothing. They just came running. When they came running, the calves came running, the cows came running, the coward boys, coward men also came running. So when Balram saw the way the cows licking the calves and showing their affection, this kind of affection cannot be possible with anybody in this world. The cows loved the calves, but their love has increased multiple times. And this kind of love the cows are showing to the calf is a love which actually a living entity shows towards Krishna. So the real object of one's love is Krishna. Because these calves were none other than Krishna. Their love for the calf, the cow's love for the calf increased many times. Actually, we love ourselves more than anybody else. And who is ourself? That is Krishna. Now, for example, you have all the opulences of this world. You have very nice bungalow, nice house. You have all the best of the items, dishes, which are very palatable to eat, and you have everything, but the person whom you love has not come. Do you think anything will be make you happy? You may have best of the things in this world. You're the best of the cars. You're the best of the houses. You're best of the job. You got a huge bank balance. But it so happened that your son or daughter is not there. They are left, or they left their body, or they are gone somewhere else. They're not with you. So what is the use of all those things if the person whom you love is not with you? Hmm? It so happens it is the birthday of your son. And then you made so many wonderful items, decorated the house to celebrate the birthday. Both father and mother, the only son, they are all just waiting for the son would come tonight, so can we celebrate his birthday. May a few of your relatives and friends are also there, you called. But what happened? That boy did not turn up. He is there with his friend somewhere in a bar or a restaurant, celebrating his birthday. He did not even bother to inform you. What will happen to you? Do you think you'll be very happy with all the cooking what you have done? With all the wonderful arrangements you have done? No, you'll not be happy. Rather, these arrangements will become the cause of your misery. Without that son, without that boy, without his presence. In the same way, actually, our love is only for Krishna. He is the only object of love. Without him, in spite of all your material aggrandizement, you'll, you'll not be happy. It is the nature of this world. Now, separation from Krishna is experienced by the conditioned souls, and the separation is because of forgetfulness of Krishna. On the other hand, you have gopis who experience separation from Krishna, and that separation is because of their love for Krishna. Shunyaitam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me. Without Govinda, the Krishna, Radharani, she is experiencing the whole world is shunya. Everything in this world is miserable. That is what the gopis are experiencing, separation from Krishna. That separation is separation of love, and the conditioned soul is also experiencing misery. That is also separation from Krishna, but it is not a separation of the love of Krishna. It is a separation from because of forgetfulness of Krishna. Ultimately, Krishna is the object of love, whether you know it or don't know it. When you know and experience the separation, there is separation. There is misery. And when you don't know your object of love is Krishna, still there is misery. Because none of these things has a capacity. The best of the dresses what you have, all the money what you have, has no capacity in them to give you pleasure. Hmm? The best of the dress you have, for example, you have purchased a sari, is worth 1,00,000 rupees. It is kanchi sari with jari sari, silk sari. So do you wear it when nobody is around, nobody is around you? You're alone in the house, you wear the sari and roam around in the house? No. If the sari would give you some pleasure, then you should have worn it and you'd get happiness out of it. So when you're alone in the house, nobody is there to see you. You just don't even wear it. Where those things become a burden for you. Why? Because none of the things in this world has a capacity in them to give you happiness. You may cry for it. You may long for it. But once you have it, that becomes the cause of your disgust. When we are small kids, we remember that for a toy, we cried and cried, and really made a big hangama till our parents purchased the toy and gave it to us. Isn't it? So, as parents, also, when the children become very adamant, I want the toy, they cry and they howl as if if you don't give them, they're going to really become mad. So much of attachment and expectation. This toy would give happiness to the boy. The child goes on crying. And somehow the parents, they purchase the toy and give to the child. He's very happy. Just what happens, just see within 3 days, he breaks the toy and then he searches for some other toy. What does it mean? The child was thinking that I cannot live without that toy. He thought, if I get that toy, I'll become very happy. For that, he even cried and he started beating his father and mother. He sat on the road and he was just breaking his head onto the wall. What happened? Within 3 days, the toy is gone. So much of expectation that if I get this thing, I'll become happy. So much of expectation. If I get this thing, I'll be happy. And sometimes a young boy falls in love with a young girl and he says, I cannot live without her. He does what all he does just to get married to that girl. And after getting married, he can become disgusted. And say, I want to die, I want divorce. Both of them. So that is the nature of this world. It makes you feel that I cannot live without that. I want it. I want to have it somehow or other. And for that, you work hard, undergo so much of struggle to attain that position, that kind of happiness which you're expecting. But once you attain, you feel, oh, I did a mistake. I want something else. Mhm. I want something else. So this understanding that no matter in this world, nothing in this world can satisfy us. That is actually knowledge of this world, jnana. And this knowledge supports bhakti. That is why Prahlad Maharaj says, Karam kamayate kamayir yadartam iha purushaha savai dehastu parakyo bhangoru yati upaicha. In order to become happy, mm, a person desires all these objects of enjoyment, and for that he tries to attain them by performing so many difficult acts. How much hard work a person does to attain the object of his enjoyment, or expecting that this object will give me enjoyment. How much hard work? Just imagine hard work. The studies, the schools, the colleges, the competition, the jobs, the business. Oh. You just cannot even imagine what is the amount of hard work a person puts into to get an object of enjoyment. Now, after getting that object of enjoyment, the body becomes incapable of enjoying it. It's very interesting that as long as you don't get what you want, you'll work hard for it. Once you get it, you'll not be fit to enjoy it. That is the nature of the body. The body gets destroyed. And again, the body appears so that more suffering can happen. That is why the 44th verse, today's verse says, Lord Maharaj says, Kimu Vyavahita Patya. Kimu means what use of are these things in our life? Children, wife, house, wealth, kingdom, treasury, elephants, ministers, servants, relatives are simply object of false possessiveness. Vyavahita Patya Dara, Gara, Dhanadaya, Rajya, Kosha, Gajamatya, Britya, Artha, Mamataspada. They are Mamataspada. They are so much your affection for them. But in spite of all your affection for them, they will not be able to satisfy your longing for desire. That is why no matter whatever you have, you still want something else. Even after attaining what you want, still you want something else. That means nothing in this world can satisfy you. What can satisfy us is only Krishna. Krishna Prema. If you are searching for some satisfaction in this world, very unfortunate situation. Very unfortunate. Because Krishna, without Krishna, there is no satisfaction, there is no happiness. That is what is described in the next verse. The subject is that. Comparison. So whenever you want to explain something, you always explain with comparison. Somebody may ask you a question, no, I'm getting these things and when I get these things, I become happy. So though you may say I'm becoming happy, but comparison, if you see the comparison, that means the comparison of happiness in Krishna consciousness, in front of that, Kimeteratmanas tuchaihi. Tuchaihi. Tuchai means insignificant. Since the happiness derived from these things which are having the nature of perishable, or which are perishable, sahadene dehena nashwaraihi, which are going to be destroyed along with the body, sahadeve dehena nashwarai, anarthair arthasankashe. Arthasankashe, they seem to be very valuable, which appear to be very valuable, but they are not. They are worthless. Especially for a person. And somebody may say, oh, I don't have the realization. You may not have the realization, they are worthless. You may think it is very important for me, very, very much important. How can I live without it? Like one boy, a young boy, he came to me and almost like he was crying. It happened just last year or so. I mean, he told me that he should go and meet me. And he went on crying, and he was so much upset. I told, what is the reason, you tell? So he opened up his heart and told that, oh, yeah, I loved one girl and now she has left me and she is getting married to somebody else. I told, okay, it happens. You have a very good job and You belong to a good family and you're also young. So don't bother, you'll get another girl, you get married to her, what is the problem? Then he started crying more and told, I cannot live without her, I cannot live without her. Then I asked him a simple question that when did you come in contact with her? When did you start loving her so much? He told 6 months back I met her. And now she also loved me, I also loved her. So much that now I cannot live without her. Then I asked him a question. See, you are saying that you cannot live without her. Yeah, yes, Prabhuji, I cannot live without her. Then I told, now you're 24. You came in touch with her just 6 months back. I have a question to you. How could you live 23 and a half years without her? He was taken aback. He was shocked. Now this idiot is telling that I cannot live without her. 23 and a half years he lived without her. And what happened to him now? That is called Arthasankashai. Things appear valuable to you because of your illusion. Hmm. Nothing in this world is actually necessary for us except Krishna consciousness. So this is called Antasankasha. A thing has a value only to the extent you give it. You go to a shop, then somebody says, I have uh, this watch or this mobile. It is costing 1 lakh rupees. For a person who has a desire to get it, only for that person it is worth 1 lakh rupees. And for a person who has no desire to get that mobile, that is worth 0. It is worthless. So whatever artha, whatever value things have in this world, it is only because of your desire to attain it. It is your desire to attain it that gives the value to that. Otherwise, the object itself doesn't have. Nothing in this world has any value. It is you, your foolishness, which ascribes a value to that. That is why you may think, I'll work hard, earn that kind of money and get that. But it is not. It is not worth it. The work, the work is going on.
Hare Krishna, Shamarashika Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji, can you please mute? Nikunjraj Prabhuji. Haribol.
Yes, Mataji, I am checking who is unmuted.
Yeah, because I cannot do it.
Yeah, 1 minute, I am doing that. Yeah, that's okay. Thank you. Please continue, Prabhuji. Thank you. Sorry.
The value for an object in this world, artha, it is very valuable. You see. Somebody may say, this necklace is very valuable, you know. But for a monkey, that necklace has no value. The monkey's value, you keep some apple or some fruits or banana. The monkey comes and takes that banana because the monkey, it gives more value to that banana than your necklace. You may say, but the monkey is a fool, doesn't know the value of the necklace. The monkey says, you are a fool, you don't know the value of banana. What are you going to eat this necklace or what? So, you may say, I've got the most valuable car. But for a crow, it is only a good place to come and pass tool. You may think it is very valuable. Okay? No, it is not. For a dog, it will come and then see it's a nice place for me to pass urine, isn't it? Even among humans also. You may compare. Somebody may say, it's so valuable, it's so valuable. But a person who has no desire to get that thing, that is not valuable. So objects in this world has actually no value. It is your illusion that I cannot live without it. I want it. To the extent you have desire to get this, to that extent you give value to that. And unfortunately, what happens is, once you get it, you don't value it anymore. Because you want something else. Isn't it? When you are married, when you are married, oh, how much value you gave to your wife, how much love you gave to your wife, how much love you gave to your husband. Oh, you cannot live without each other. That was so much of love. If she goes somewhere, immediately you would call, oh, where are you? When are you coming? When are you coming? Now, after getting married, what happened? After a few months, when are you going? Over. You valued your relationship so much, but now, as the time went by, gone. Same with the objects. So the word in this verse that is known as Artha Sankasha is very significant. Just imagine, for a person who is materialistic, the objects, what he has attained after great endeavor, that becomes of no value, that becomes insignificant. Then what to speak of? You see, the verse is very interesting. Then what to speak of a person who is Nityananda Raso Dade? Nityananda Raso Dade. For a person who is completely drowned in ocean of Krishna consciousness, in the bliss of Krishna consciousness, then what to speak of him? And what to speak of? That is why Kimete, even for a materialistic person who was so desperate to get the object of his desire, that becomes insignificant once he attains it. If that is the case, the materialistic person would have great desire to attain it. Then what to speak of a person who is drowned in the ocean of bliss of Krishna consciousness? So this is what makes tuchya, the whole world tuchya. The more you are drowned in the ocean of Krishna consciousness, that is Nityananda Rasodade. Rasa, Dade means Vasodade, ocean of rasa. And Ananda, what you experience is Nityananda. It is Nityananda. So by worshipping Krishna, the devotees, they experience an ocean of eternal bliss. For them, this whole world becomes insignificant. Objects of this world have no value because they are drowning in the ocean of happiness. So, the whole Bhagavatam, the first 9 cantos, are only to bring a person to this point of understanding that great kings who had everything at their disposal, they were the kings of the entire world. They could get any enjoyment, anytime, anywhere. That was the position of those kings. They all gave up. Bharat Maharaj gave up. How? Malavat. He saw his whole kingdom, beautiful wife, everything as Malavat. Mala means stool. So when you pass stool in the toilet, you just come out. You don't look back. So this material world is like a stool. That is what Bharat Maharaj experienced. He just left and then Krishna comes. You see, every canto of the nine cantos of Bhagavatam is just full of this. Great kings giving up. Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj, Priyavrata, Pururava, you name a king. Yudhishthira Maharaj. Because all Bhagavatam is talking about kings. It is not talking about some Brahmin or some Rishi who gave something. No, it talks about kings giving up. Because the experience, bliss in Krishna consciousness, the experience of bliss in Krishna consciousness makes you feel this material enjoyment or the objects of this world becomes insignificant. That is why Rupa Sanatan, the Shad Goswamis, Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugo Sri Jiva Gopalako, Tektva Turnamashesha Mandalapatim, Shredim Sada Tuchavat, Bhutva Dina Ganesha Ko Karunaya, Kopina Kantashtam. Why? Why they gave up Tuchavat, Sanatana Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami. They were all in a very great position. Raghunath Das Goswami said that time monthly income of his family was 12 lakh gold coins, 1.2 million gold coins. And with one gold coin at that time they could build a big bungalow. Just imagine what is the wealth. So now Raghunath Das, his mother told, he's running away again and again. Let us bind him and lock him up in a room. The father told, no way. If a wife who is as beautiful as an Apsara and the opulence that of Indra cannot bind him, do you think ropes can bind him or what? No. So the whole purpose of attaining, the only way to attain that level of Vairagya is to increase our taste in Krishna consciousness. An higher taste, to be drowned in rasa. Akhil Rasamrita Murti. Krishna is known as Akhil Rasamrita Murti. That is why the Bhagavatam is there. The Bhagavatam is there so that we can drown in Bhagavatam. As long as you don't drown in Bhagavatam, you'll be drowned in the ocean of material existence. We have a choice. The choice is to drown in the material existence, ocean of material existence, and other ocean is ocean of rasa, Krishna Prema Rasa. So you have a choice. Choose. In the Krishna Prema Rasa, there is only bliss and happiness. And in the ocean of material existence, there are crocodiles. Avajaladikataram, Dandavata Suta Duhitra Kalatra, Anabaraditaram, Bhavati Sharanameko, Vishnaputu Naranam, Alvar. He compares this ocean, this material existence to be an ocean. So he compares the entire material existence to be an ocean. And then
Hare Krishna. I think Prabhuji dropped the call.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. So I will call him again.
Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. I got cut, I suppose. Anyhow, just about the end class only, I got cut. So I was just chanting verses from Mukundamala Stotram, where Kudisekara Alvar talks about these, compares the ocean, compares material world to be an ocean. Tishtatoye madana pavanoditamo vimale dharavarte tanaya sahaja धारावर्ते तनय सहजग्राह गंगाकुले च संसाराख्ये महति जलदौ मज्जतां निस्त्रिदामन् पादाम्बोजे वरदा भवतो भक्तिनामं प्रयच्छ. So now we are sure that, at least me, I am sure that I am not drowning in the ocean of Krishna Prema Rasa. Drowning in this ocean of mental existence. So at that time we pray to Krishna, oh Krishna, I am drowning in this ocean of mental existence. So there are so many willfuls, the sharks, those who consider that they are my relatives, my friends, are actually not my relatives and friends in the ocean. What kind of relative you will find? What kind of friend you will find? A shark coming towards you, think, oh, it's a boat. It is not a boat, it is a shark, it's going to eat you. Just imagine, in the ocean when you're drowning, do you think you'll have a friend there? Oh, there are crocodiles. There are sharks. There's whirlpools. Then, Tulsi prays. Padamboje varada bhavato bhaktinamam prayacha. This is a prayer to do. Bhaktinamam prayacha. So when Krishna gives you the bhakti nava, the nava of sadhana bhakti, get into that boat. So you'll not drown in the ocean mental existence. So when in that boat you cross over to another ocean. What is that ocean? The ocean of Krishna prema. And that is full of rasas. So this is what is the goal of our life. It is true that at present we are not in that ocean of Krishna Prema Rasa, drowning in the ocean of existence. True. But the prayer should be, O Lord, give the bhakti naram prayecha, give that boat of bhakti, where I can hold on to it and cross it over, to drown into the ocean of Krishna Prema Rasa. So we stop here. Any questions, please don't ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, this is Geeta. Thank you very much for such an important topic, in our life. I actually, used to wonder, and it has come to the surface after your class today, is that how come And who and how many years ago people gave importance to gold, gold versus brass. I mean, we people are hankering for gold for what? And what is the difference between gold and brass? It's because somebody's given value to it and people are running after it. So it has got that value, I used to wonder, and we never question it, human beings, as whatever has been passed down through generations and years, we go through life without questioning these things. Diamond, for example, looks like glass. It has really, it's just because we give value, it has value. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. It's so helpful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Madan pranam to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you, Mataji, Rita Mataji, for the input. But I just wanted to add, it's just that gold you can sell and get money out of it. So the ultimate attachment is to the money. But the brass will not give us so much money. So the attachment is there to the
No, but human beings have made that value. That's why it's selling. If people had given that value to brass, it would have sold more than gold. Somebody has set that standard, right? I'm just wondering, Anyway, that's my little two bit.
Prabhuji, one question I have in your class, you mentioned that, thank you so much. First of all, my Dhanat Pranam to you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Prabhuji, the class was so wonderful, and examples like Mataji mentions, it's a class really worth listening again with concentration, because in the morning, sometimes we have other things going on. As Mataji's, we have to do so much preparation, prasadam, this, that. But I'll hear again the class. Prabhuji, you mentioned, I heard one line that the separation of the gopis can be compared, separation of the gopis is like a misery. They were separated from Krishna. So that can be compared to miseries of this material world. So I was just thinking that this is such a strong statement, or maybe I got it wrong. Can you little bit explain about this aspect or line that you mentioned?
So you got it wrong. See, I told that there are two kinds of miseries.
Okay.
One misery experiences the gopis in separation of Krishna. That misery is because of love for Krishna, isn't it? That is because of remembrance of Krishna.
Yes.
On the other hand, in the our existence, people are suffering. That is because of our forgetfulness of Krishna. When their forgetfulness of Krishna, that means they are also separated from Krishna. So there is no comparison between these two. So as much as we have to get out of the ocean of material existence, down in the ocean of rasa, get out of this kind of separation, which is because of forgetfulness of Krishna. And their gopi separation is because of remembrance of Krishna. It is not a comparison. It is to say that they are two distinct things.
Yes, Prabhuji, I got that. And also, Prabhuji, this, one question comes to me when we are reading this canto of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj went through so much of suffering, right? And we sometimes, if we go a little bit suffering, we become there's so much of suffering. Then we tell ourselves this is dukhalaya masastakam and this and that. But his suffering was like many, many folds. And how he was a young boy. We are not even a young boy. We are like in our 50s. And, so what inspiration can we get from this small boy so we can really not concentrate on the miseries that come in our life and concentrate only on Krishna consciousness? Like you said in the class, it's so valuable, Krishna consciousness, that, so many examples you've given of, the monkey and other things like, necklace and things like that. So can you explain a little bit from the philosophical point of view?
So for you, Prahlad is a small boy, but he's a Mahajana. We cannot imitate the Mahajanas, but we follow in the footsteps of the Mahajanas. Now, how do you follow in the footsteps of the Mahajanas? When you hear the pastimes in the Bhagavatam, such verses, descriptions about Prahlad, by Bhishma, Again and again, repetition. The Vedanta Sutra ends with Anavrti Shabdat, Anavrti Shabdat, Anavrti Shabdat. Means repeat, repeat, repeat. Repetition and contemplation gives realization. That is the secret of the verses of Bhagavatam. Repetition and contemplation. So Srila Prabhupada, in the 13th chapter, Bhagavad Gita, last verse, purport, he says these subject matters are meant for contemplation and realization. So contemplation happens when you repeat again and again, repeat, repeat, repeat. Contemplate and contemplate. And gradually over a period of time, you will find that you are getting the realization of the subject. The realization of the subject doesn't come by reading. Srila Prabhupada says hearing is more important than reading. And after hearing, what you should do? You should repeatedly hear, not just hear. And then what you do? Contemplate. Tachunvan supatan vicharana paro bhaktya vimuchendraha tachunvan, you hear. Then supatan, then you study, contemplate. And vicharana paro, then you contemplate. Then what happens? Bhaktya vimucchen, realization comes. So there's no other way. It is not, there's nothing like copy paste here. It doesn't happen. You can, in the computer, can copy paste. There's nothing like the Bhagavatam verses you copy there and then paste in your conscious. It doesn't work like that. It has to be repeated. There's no other way. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yes, I underestimated Prahlad Maharaj. He's a Mahajan, you're right. So
you're a mother, so you can tell a small kid, you can know, no problem.
yeah. And he's empowered right from birth. So, anything he's doing or coming from him is at a total different level, just like, we value so much our Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada, who is also empowered. Yes,
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the wonderful class and your association from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. All rise to Prabhupada. It was such a wonderful class. Your association after a long time was so much cherished, and your class was so nectarian, and your association so purifying. And that realization, yes, Gita Mataji and Rupinivat Mataji were touching upon was about the value that you ascribe to a particular thing is the value that it gets. That's all. I mean, but you use that term called artha something. That term, could you?
It is there in the words.
Oh, okay. I'll find it out. Yes. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, I was thinking about also Krishna says, Bahya Sparsha Shaktatma Vindati Atmani. The actual happiness in inside. So Brahma yahi samspasha bhoga dukkha jana. So actually, this is moha. I mean, yes. I mean, ichha desha samutthana dvandva mohen varta. All basically all people have desire and hate. There is the problem. So that is why everything is going around for a greed. I mean, that desire is that. Yes.
Stop here. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for please grace us with your nectarian words and presence more and more. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this nectarian class and your association. You are busy in the temple, but you gave us your precious time to us. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. And if nobody has any question or comment, we can end up the call here.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for your wonderful association and nectarian class always. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpataruvesha kripa sindhu पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय नमस्कार श्रद्धा की जय प्रभुपाद. And I see Taru Mataji joined, so today first time because Rita Mataji referred her, so let's welcome her by 3 times chanting Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Taru Mataji, please join
Hari
every
Bol.
day. And His Grace, Kamal
Hari
Lochan
Bol.
Prabhuji ki jai.
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 Hare Krishna,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna,
Pranam.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hari Bol to
Hari
Rita
Bol.
Mataji for joining a friend here. Hari Bol to Rita Mataji.
Geeta.
Geeta, sorry. Okay. Geeta Mataji.
Yes.
Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.
But I think that Mataji dropped the call. Okay.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. We
Hare
can
Krishna.
greet her.
I was
Chitra
also looking
Prabhu.
at Ipshita Mataji didn't join today, so I'll follow up with her. She didn't join. I'm in touch with her. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
We are buddies, Mataji, we are friends. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Hari
Thank you
Bol.
much.
Hari
Hare
Wonderful
Krishna.
class today. Wonderful class. Amazing.
Yes,
I'm
Hare.
going to late, but yeah, I'm going to recording the beginning.
Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Garima Mataji, Arumbo Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare